Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. Before you go any further, hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any recipes. Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. Bienvenido a mi cocina. Today I'm going to be making a traditional dish from Cuba, and it's called Harina de maíz, or cornmeal, Cuban style. Now, I know many of you probably know cornmeal as being sweet cereal or sweet porridge. Well, this version that I'm making today is a savory version. It's not sweet. So if you ever eaten grits, then this is similar to grits or polenta. The ingredients I have in front of me are 1 cup of washed cornmeal. I have 4 ounces of tomato sauce. I have 2 ají cachuchas, which is pepper on the top left. I have a quarter of a red pepper, a quarter of a green pepper, a quarter of a onion, and 2 garlic cloves diced. I'm also using some dry seasoning, and I'm using some salt, some sazon completa. I'm using about, I'm gonna say, a teaspoon of each. I'm using Behold, and Behold is just a coloring agent, and you don't have to have it in this dish. You can leave it out. I'm also using olive oil. Now, traditionally, lard is used in this dish, but for health reasons, I'm using olive oil. So I'm going to go over to the stove, and we're going to start cooking up this dish. This dish can be eaten alone, or you can pair it with something. And I usually like to have it with picadillo, which is a beef hash, or either sometimes I put a fried egg on top and I eat it that way. But you can have this with shrimps, pork, chicken, or whatever you want to eat it with, because it's just like grits. So now what I'm about to do is I'm adding some olive oil to the pan because I'm getting ready to make sofrito. And sofrito is basically the basis to all Latino cooking. It's sort of the holy trinity, if you will, to Latino cooking. So I'm going to start frying up my peppers, my onions, and my garlic. And I'm going to add some tomato sauce and some spices to it. And then that's my sofrito. You want to cook this until the onions become translucent. And once you see that, then you're going to add in the tomato sauce and the seasoning. I always love the smell of sofrito, homemade sofrito. Now, I'm not a fan of the jar or the store-bought sofrito because I don't buy it. I think I bought it one time in my whole life, and it was very salty, and I never bought it again. So I love to make mostly all my food. If many of you follow me and you know, I make most of my food from scratch. I don't like to buy a lot of store-bought products because it's a lot of chemicals in it, and I try to cook as healthy as I possibly can. So now I'm getting ready to make the harina de maíz, the cornmeal. So I'm moving my sofrito in the back, and I'm going to put the pot in the front so that I have it closer to me. So I'm adding 1 cup of cornmeal to the pot, and I'm adding 2 cups of water to the pot also. Now, as I cook this, the water is going to absorb, and I may have to add a little bit more water. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt to this because you don't want this too salty. And I'm going to let this come to a rapid boil. And when the cornmeal starts to get thicker, I'm going to lower the flame and cook it on a low flame for this whole cooking process is going to take about 45 minutes. So you want to stir this every 10 minutes or so that it doesn't get lumpy. You want a smooth consistency. I'm also adding in 1 teaspoon of sazon completa. For those of you that are not familiar with sazon completa, that's a complete seasoning used in Cuban cooking. And it has onion powder, garlic powder, cumin, oregano, salt and pepper, and parsley. Now, this is my homemade version of it, but you can buy it in a store. But I don't buy the store-bought one because it has MSG in it, and it's not healthy. Now, along with the salt and the sazon completa, I'm adding in 1 tablespoon of olive oil. If you don't want to add olive oil, you can always add butter or margarine to this. And traditionally, lard is used in this recipe, like I told you before, but it's not healthy, so that's the reason why I use olive oil. So I'm going to add a little Behold into the sofrito. Now, like I said before, this is optional. You don't have to put this in. You can leave this whole step out. and just add the sofrito into the pot with the cornmeal.
I'm going to scrape this and I'm going to add this into my cornmeal. So I'm going to let this cook down. Probably I'm going to say this should be ready in about 25 minutes. So I'm going to let this just cook down and I will be back to check on it in a few minutes.
But the whole cooking process takes about 40 to 45 minutes. Along with the harina de maíz, or the cornmeal, I'm also making a fried egg. And I have some leftover picadillo from the night before that I'm going to just add with this. So everything is ready, and I'm going to plate my harina de maíz and my huevo frito, my fried egg.
And on this plate right here, I'm adding some picadillo. This is my breakfast. This is my picadillo, my harina de maíz, and my fried egg, huevo frito. And I'm having some coffee with that. So I just want to thank you guys for taking the time out to watch this video. Please stay tuned for more upcoming videos. Have a good day. God bless. Bye bye. Muchas bendiciones.